ever since this happened, it keeps popping up in my mind like it has to pop up on a computer. It pains me that after a year, I'm still hurting.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't angry anymore. I thought it'd be further along than this.
It's not easy. There's a loss in a lot of ways. My children have lost their grandparents. My children have lost their innocence. My husband's lost his relationship. So it's hard.
Knowing that I can trust them, it makes me feel stronger. And it's like my parents are my weapons. They help and fight for me.
Wow, we're still talking about Christi's interview with 11-year-old Brianne Hill, talking publicly, you see there with her parents, about the sexual abuse that she suffered, all hoping, I guess with the hopes to help younger victims, but they've got to have some amazing counseling.
They have counseling, and I want to point out, I think the big takeaway for me was how we react to our kids when they tell us something like this. That's a huge fork in the road, because that shapes them. That tells them whether we value them. That tells them whether they are important. The first thing they did was they said, I believe you. That was huge to her. So we have Angela here, because Angela is with voicetoday.org. You know what it's like. You have lived with abuse yourself. Help us understand what are the 3 things we need to do, first and foremost, if our child comes to us with this.
Well, obviously, it's one of the most difficult things that you're going to hear from your child, and you want to drive the situation. So for especially the moms that are listening, I have a great acronym, and it's CAR. You want to remain calm and collected, and your first response is to panic. Your stomach is doing flips. But your child needs to know that you are calm and you're collected, because otherwise they'll begin to respond to you and not want you to feel pain.
And they'll shut down.
So they'll shut down. So we want to take some deep breaths.
Okay, so calm.
Calm, it's for C. A is to affirm. We want to thank them for telling. We want to affirm their decision. They've done the right thing. This is too big of a burden to carry alone, and that you are a safe person and you're going to protect them. So we have C, to remain calm, A, to affirm the child, and R is reflective listening. We are not investigators. We are not forensic examiners. So we don't want to take that testimony in any way. So we want to use reflective listening. We want to hear what the child has to say, and then we want to repeat it back and just say, tell me more.
So they know that they're heard.
Yes,
one of the most powerful things.
They did. That's what I mean.
He said, I believe you.
Yes.
And he also didn't beat his father to a living pulp.
He said that was by the grace of God.
Yeah.
He said.
You know what was so powerful about that story? We know that people are as sick as their secrets. And to be able to take something that they were told, oh, keep this secret, and to be able to exactly, and to be able to go public with that, it's an amazingly powerful place. The seemingly worst things that happen to us can be an access to helping so many people.
But look at this model. Look at the model. We now have in the public media a model for how to deal with the issue of child sexual abuse, and it's not to keep it hidden.
That's right.
Right. And this
really
is
to expose it.
To expose it, which they did, and that lifts that burden off of them. And the other thing we have to understand is sexual predators are an entirely different breed of criminal.
Exactly.
Why? What are the 3 red flags we as parents need to watch for that would bring this hit this home?
They are chameleons. They are going to ingratiate themselves into the lives, into our lives. 93% of the time it's someone the child knows, the child loves, and the child trusts. Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to look, there again I have a little acronym CAD. We want to look for a change in behavior in the child that is we cannot explain. And we want to ask some questions and look at the people in that child's life, their sphere of influence. We want to see who wants to constantly be alone with that child, who wants to take them to ice cream, who wants to tutor, who wants to constantly babysit.
In an inappropriate way.
In an inappropriate way. And then we want look at discomfort. Who is the child uncomfortable with?
Because the kids have a
gut feeling, and ask them why.
It's amazing. This family is outstanding.
Well, the subject is one we got to keep talking about. I mean, there's so many things to talk about. If you want to learn more about ways to address these very sensitive conversations with your kids, be sure to check out Angela's foundation over at voicetoday.org. Angela, you're a wonderful person, and Christi, you were the only one that could have done that interview with such grace. And up next, our Raising America Predator Test, preventing our biggest fear as a parent, abduction. What you need to know next.